So today we're gonna clean a litter robot 4. I'm gonna teach you the process. Like this, press, press, and then it should just come right off. And then you lean it back, pull it up, boom. Next steps, so we're gonna remove the bonnet. I don't know if that's a name, but we're gonna remove it. So you just grab this handle. It has this little, this one has one of these guards in it, so those just pop right out. So if you see those, just pop them out. We'll show you how to pop it back in. All right, so we're gonna just hold this up. There's litter in here already, so we're gonna dump the litter. If you do it this way, then the litter is not gonna be removed. So you gotta follow the guidelines of it, and I'm gonna pour it through here into the trash. And the way these work is litter will come back down from the side. So you might have a little drop like that, but that's okay. Okay, all right, next steps. I'm gonna remove this right here. So this comes off like that. So I'm just gonna get everything I can out of it. And then we're gonna put that on the side right over here. Same with this. Just dump it in, put it on the side right here. Okay, so we're fully disassembled now. So the next steps that I like to do is get everything I can that's easily cleanable enzyme soaking. So that's what I'm gonna do now. So I'm gonna take this, put it off to the side for now, and we're gonna start with these two pieces right here. These have filters on them. So in the back, there's a filter. So this is pretty easy to snap right off. Like that. Put that there, that there. Just rinse it all out. Get it a nice rinse. Same with this. Now you might have like little things of litter in these crevices. We did a pretty good job, but you can always like open it up, put it on your foot like this, kind of open it, and get what you need out. Okay, and get the back too. Don't forget the back. Okay, there's that. Next is this. This is just gonna put my foot on it for stability. All right, we're gonna put that in there too. Then we get this filter. Okay, so the filter, we use Nature's Miracle Enzyme Cleaner for all our jobs. You can find it at PetSmart. Spray front and back. And then I'm gonna let this just sit out in the sun somewhere while I do the rest of the job. Just gonna get it soaking in enzyme so it sits the rest of the job soaking. And this piece right here, and if there's still a little litter in there or anything, it's not that big a deal. We're gonna soak this all down again before we dry it off for the final product. But for now, we just got it all soaking in enzyme. So we're just gonna leave that for now. Doesn't look too bad in there because we've cleaned this before, so. Okay, and then we're gonna dump it. A lot of times you want to take it backwards like this so you can get more out. All right, the way these things work is that when the globe spins like this and all the litter goes in here, and then the poop comes out into the base. So if you go like this, then you'll see water comes out. And it's still coming out, as you can see. So the idea is you want to also get it out this way. So I'll do one more passing of this. We're gonna shoot it through so it comes out the other side. And then we're gonna do this way, and then some will come out, and we go that way. Okay, now you can see there's still a lot of stuff in there. So this is where soap and water becomes very helpful. And I like to turn it over, get a little more so you also are scrubbing this area as well. So then we've agitated it up, so a lot of this should come out with just spraying it. That way, and remember it's gonna come down that way. All right, so there's a few pieces that didn't come off. You can kind of see like here, still some here. But instead of just scrubbing it and scrubbing it and scrubbing it, the best idea is to now, just to save yourself some time, is to take a chisel. Any rubber chisel or plastic chisel should be fine. And just chisel the rest off. Saves you a lot of time. Look at that piece right there. So look at that. All right, that's all off. There's a little bit in here. I'm gonna do one more. Brush it just to make sure that worked. Spray it off one more time. That way. All right, so this is pretty much done. Now we're gonna spray it with enzyme so we can let the enzyme sit in here. Just gonna put it over here. And you see the base, the outside of it is all dirty, but that's gonna be the last thing we do before we put it back together. So we wanna do the electronics separately. If you can see, there's a bunch of just debris in there. So you got two options. You can either shop vac this out, or I like to take a leaf blower, just kind of put yourself away from it, and just leaf blow it out. Okay, so you can also do this carefully, but you can also kind of shake it a little bit. Just get the rest out. Okay, so we got all the litter out. For this, you want to get it on a mist level. You don't want to spray hard sprays for the general clean. So we have it on a mist. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mist inside, just like that. Take our microfiber and just start wiping everything off. There's some stains right there. Don't worry about making it pretty at this point. This is really just about getting off cruds of litter. You can also dabble in a little bit on your microfiber so you can get inside here, so we can just get it off. Same with this side. I'm not even worried about the outside yet. I'm literally just focused on the inside. So I'm just going to do this one more time. The good trick to know that you're not damaging the machine is you should hear it click when you do that. So make sure that click keeps happening. Okay, so you can see we're miles apart from where we started this thing. All right, so first step is just get what you can out of the top of this thing by shop vacuuming it out. So you get the water so that it's a straight point right here. And then you can start going into, obviously be careful of the electronics and don't do this in electronic areas. But like back here, there's still litter and it's hard to get with a shop vac. So this is actually a wet dry vac. It's good to use a wet dry vac for these. So what I do is I just spray litter and hold it this way so all the litter comes out like that. And then we just shop vac it up. All right, we can do that to the other side too. You can see like there's a bunch of litter still in here and it's hard to get out. So instead of wasting a lot of time, do the same thing. Look at that. Look at it now. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do the same thing for this area right here and this area back here. So the closer you get to the electronics, you want to have this on while you do it. So I turn it on. You see there's some in here. See that? Then we do the same thing. Okay, so look how much better that looks now. Just in the top. Okay, next is the bottom. So in the bottom, since it's already wet in there, like the litter's a little bit wet, it's gonna be easier to just try and take a microfiber. You can use a used one too, and just wipe it out as best you can for now. And don't worry if it goes in these crevices here, because we're gonna do that same technique in here to get all of this out. So I'm just really focused on just trying to get what we can out for now. We'll get that out separately. But this looks a lot better. So now I'm just gonna take the vacuum and just vacuum what I can in these areas and back in here. I'm gonna try and vacuum back here and all these areas. Try and get out as much as we can. Okay, so obviously we're gonna detail it in a bit, but I wanted to show you guys something I learned doing these a lot, is that the bottom of these things gets extremely disgusting. And if you don't clean it every once in a while down there, then all this crud builds up on these things. So what I like to do is I like to put it like that and that, so we can just do a wipe down of this side of it. For this, I don't even use soap and water. I just pull out a microfiber, get my enzyme cleaner. So just spray it on there, get it a little wet, and then, so being mindful of the electronics and really just trying to just move it so it like falls. So that's the idea here, and then we flip it, and there should be a lot of stuff that comes out onto the bottom here. You can see like stuff is coming out here. So that's exactly what we wanted. All right, so for the last step of a basic clean, obviously you could spend a lot of time like getting into the crevices and cracks with toothpicks and things like that. But just for a basic clean, we did all the basics. We're just gonna enzyme soak it down with a mist, hopefully, more of a mist. And we're gonna have a microfiber with us so we can make sure that none of the electronics get wet. But enzyming it down is really what helps with the smell and making sure that this thing is ready to go again. So just gonna come out here, stay a little further back, and just microfiber cloth in the electronic part. So like here I'm gonna save real quick. Like here I'm gonna save real quick. I'm gonna get everything off of here real quick. Pretty much all these other parts you can leave wet, and it's good because the enzyme will really like do what it's supposed to do. So now we're just kind of just making sure that that can happen. So anything you might have missed, you can kind of find and solve. But really the idea is to enzyme soak it. So I'm doing the same thing down here. Just in these parts, there's still some stuff that's falling out, but we'll get that at the very end now. At this point, this is really just about enzyme soaking this machine. I'll do one more of that. So 2 of these processes, just depending on what you're feeling that day. Remember, you want to save the electronics before they get wet. That's the whole point of what I'm doing right now. And we're just gonna leave this so that it soaks. And that'll really kill the smell. That'll really kill all that disgusting smell you get from this contraption. Okay, last steps. Just gonna enzyme soak this one more time. How's that looking? Good? Looks good to me. So I'm just gonna give it one more little enzyme soaking. And really now, we're gonna focus on the outside of this machine. So I'm gonna put it over like that. Take my water. Dry it down. Put a little bit more enzyme in there just for good measure. Then I'm just gonna sit this over here. We'll obviously wipe it down one more time before we put it back on. But now we come back to this. So this, you can see there's a ton of litter still on it. All the parts, there's litter there. So we're gonna spray it down one more time, and then we're gonna dry it off. And then this thing's been sitting here for a while, just soaking in enzyme. You can always buy new filters as well if you would prefer to do that, but we'll spray it down and then dry it off one more time. So we're just gonna take it part by part. Dry it off. Just dry it off. So you can see like there's some pieces still in it, but those will come out easily. All right, so we're gonna let this sit as well. Okay, well, that's pretty much back to good to go. Okay, and last steps, we've had this thing soaking in enzyme. Just one more wipe down. So next steps are kind of putting everything back together. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm not gonna put this part in though yet, because part of this is like letting the machine air out. So this part I'm just gonna put on the side for now. Okay, so I would hold it like this. Take this and slide it in that way. And take your filter, slide it under, boom, boom, done. All right, and remember this part. Let's put it in until you feel I'm missing something here. There we go. Take this, put it on, hold it in so that these teeth go in it. Hear that click? There's that last click. So the last step and what I do last is just wipe down the outside of the machine. And I just get a microfiber wet and I just do a quick wipe down of the whole machine. Once we get it, putting it back on is pretty easy. I'll show you that now. So you just take this, line it up, and then click it in, easy click, and then this just slides right back in. This really just snaps in place. So you just use pressure and snap it in place. And that's it. And there's still a little stuff in there. No big deal. I mean, it's gonna happen, but I just shop back it out real quick. And that's pretty much all you need to do. Obviously, if you want to leave it enzyme soaking, like leave this area enzyme soaking for a little bit, it's no big deal to just take a little enzyme now and just spray it in there and just leave it and let it air dry, or you can dry it out one more time or whatever you want to do. At this point, that's pretty much the finished product right there. So if you're starting your own litter box cleaning business and you need help with tools, training, equipment, anything that has to do with kind of setting this business up, definitely click the link in our bio.
How much you charge for this?
This is 65 bucks right here. So it took us what, about 40 minutes? So you can make a lot of money doing this. Obviously there's technique to it. There's, you know, scheduling, obviously like tooling up properly, knowing how to do each different type of robot. But in our program, we show you all the different robots, how to clean all of them, all the equipment you need, how to market this thing. So kind of all encompassing. So definitely click the link in our bio if you want to get help with this. Peace.